next we go to Keane. And Hopes and Fears is the vinyl revival all this week because it's been 20 years since the record came out, which is quite hard to believe, and just takes me right back to the very, very early days of playing the band, having them in session, getting to know the band. The album was number 1 in the charts, second best-selling album of 2004. Got the Brit Award for Best Album 2005, and they've been celebrating the album in style, doing a whole bunch of gigs. They've got more to come later on this summer, but we thought who better to ask about memories of Keane and that time than Tom Chaplin himself.
Hello, Joe. It's Tom Chaplin from Keane here. I just wanted to send you a little message to say thank you so much for making Hopes and Fears your vinyl revival this week. We have just completed the UK leg of our world tour this year, celebrating 20 years of Hopes and Fears. And it really is very touching to see how much the record still means to people. And I don't just mean the fans that were there at the beginning, but also a whole kind of new audience of people who've come to it in the intervening 20 years. It really is kind of a beautiful thing to stand and see. And I think it's also given us a moment to pause and reflect on just how much the record changed our lives. We sort of went from basically being these absolute nobodies to living the dream, and it's kind of a mad thing to think of, really, in a way, how much it changed our lives. I remember just before the record came out, everyone at our label was making these big promises about how much of a success it was all going to be, and of course we all had total imposter syndrome. Anyway, I think the following years of 2004 and 5 we were sort of swept along in this whirlwind of touring and promoting, and I think for the most part, I look back and think it really was a pretty glorious time, full of very happy and positive memories. Anyway, just before I sign off this rambling message, I'd like to thank you, Joe, and everyone at the BBC who has supported us right from back then and over the years. To you, Joe, thank you as ever for being such a big supporter. You've always got behind our music, and whenever we've come in to do, whether it might be the live lounge or sessions, whatever, you've always been there with a kind of ready smile, calmed our anxiety, and we genuinely appreciate that. So thank you to you and everyone out there who loves the record.
Everybody's changing from Keane. Before that, it was Tom from Keane, just having a nice little chat, telling us about how it was for them back in the day. And there is this 20th anniversary vinyl, which is out now. It's a beautiful colour. It's like teal, really deep teal, best colour. 2 albums with an extra disc of B-sides and demos. If you are a Keane fan, it's definitely something you will want to have in your collection.